Oh, 30.
Well, I just want to start off by saying this was one of the most painful workouts, fitness feats that I've ever done. For those of you who don't know, we got a 500-pound deadlift right into a sub 5-minute mile attempt. The crew's here ready at the start line, getting down and dirty. I'm the only one who's actually attempting the deadlift right into the mile, but the other two are going to crush a sub 5-minute mile. You can see the deadlift wasn't too crazy. It was tough, kind of blew up my hamstrings and glutes, but it went up pretty fast, pretty smooth. We ended up figuring out it only took 4 seconds, which was a little disappointing at the end, but I'll tell you about that later. So we're rolling into the first lap now. The other guys started right when the time started. I started after I finished the deadlift. The first lap actually went pretty smooth. You can see Chad here on the bike. He's trying to catch up to us. We're running at just over 20 kilometers an hour, so it's actually even kind of a fast pace on a bike. But everyone looks strong. Everyone looks smooth on the first lap. You got to average about a 3-minute per kilometer pace to actually hit that 5-minute mile. So our pacer, Andrew, his best mile is 4:07, so this was kind of a walk in the park for him. Andrew was holding us at 35 seconds per 200 or a minute and 10 seconds per 400 meter. So the first 400 meter actually went super smooth. I think Andrew and Nick were at about a minute and 10 seconds, and I was right on 1:15 even with the deadlift. So first lap went great. Even here, once Chad catches up to us, my stride is still looking good. The other guys are still looking really strong. We're just over 1 lap in. It's a 4-lap race to do the mile. So the fun is just beginning. But yeah, in terms of technically here, I think things are still looking good. It's super painful at this point, but I don't look like I'm in too much agony quite yet. That being said, lap 3 gets a little different. So we trained for about 6 weeks leading up to this. We did some really good track workouts. Coach Mark, our endurance coach, designed some awesome workouts with 200s and 400s to get us ready for this. We never really trained the deadlift into the mile. So at the second lap here, I was right on 230. So I'd held another 1:15 lap. But you can see this is where things start to break down a little. My stride gets a little choppy here. I mean, I'm trying maybe too hard. I realized after that I was really tense. If I would have maybe just relaxed a little, I could have kept a little better stride. But either way, my hamstrings and glutes at this point are destroyed, and I'm just trying to give it everything I got to hold that pace. My third lap was actually my worst. It was a 1:20, I think. The other laps were 1:15, 1:15, and we'll see what the fourth lap was. But yeah, rounding the corner here to finish the third lap. We had done some good training, but just 8 weeks before this, I had finished my first ever Ironman race, which, as most of you know, is the exact opposite of speed and strength. It's more of a, long grind. It was an 11-hour day at Ironman, Wisconsin. So this is where I knew things were getting a little bit ugly. I finally opened my eyes to look at the clock, and I realized I only had a minute and 10 seconds to go to try to hit. I was at 3:50. I knew I had a minute and 10 seconds to get under that 5-minute mark. So, I mean, I can kind of start to see I really tried to kick it here. My effort was like through the roof. I never really closed the gap on the guys in front of me. They stayed about the same the whole time. I don't think they really gained on me or we really lost anything, but we'll see when I cross the finish line if I was able to run that 110 lap or if I ended up just over 5 minutes. So 8 weeks before this, I finished my first Ironman, which is a long game, 11 hours. And then now I'm going into this crazy 500-pound deadlift and sub 5 minute mile, which is all speed work. Took my body a few weeks to get used to it, but super pumped about how things went. And I don't know if we can see the clock here at the end, but there's 5:02, 5:03, 5:04, 5:05. 5:06 ended up being the final tally, which is not a sub 5 minute mile, but I'm super pumped about it. Nick Anapolsky, owner of Polsky Strength and Conditioning, he hit his goal. First ever sub 5 minute mile for him. Andrew, I don't even think he was breathing hard. That's our pacer. He ran like an easy 4:45 mile there for him. Chad on the camera, the rest of the crew cheering us on. It was like, the thought of disappointment, but not really disappointment. It was just a crazy effort. So cool to try this challenge. Shout out to everyone who has done this challenge before. It is absolutely insane. And if you haven't, you've got to give it a try. It's insane to deadlift 500 pounds. It's insane to run a 5 minute mile. But to tie them both together and try to do them at the same time is absolutely crazy. But super pumped about it. Maybe we'll try it again sometime. Not too sure about that. But cheering on Carter, super fan, number one. That was amazing. Thank you guys for all the love and support. And excited to see some more people try this challenge on.